Hey everyone, and welcome to the stream for today. Legends finale later on today / tonight, wherever you are. Obviously, exciting times, if you want to call it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But we have a lot of other stuff to talk about today, I guess, because we have the flashback tomorrow as well. So, yeah, actually, why have I not turned off... which one is it? I think it's this. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Skinny Fat Man. Hello, Andrew Fortnite. Hello, Sukaina. Or Sukaina. Hopefully it's Sukaina. Hopefully I pronounced that right. One of them at least. II Tadiko. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Adabosna. Welcome. Comic Knowledge. Howdy. And hello, Alex Bursell as well for one of the last early shout-outs sort of things. So welcome to the stream, everyone. Hello, The Destroyer. We're chucking the last one there. Thank you for joining in. We'll probably stream, as the usual, man, around an hour. Not too sure, though. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. So I'll just get to some of these super chats quickly. Sam, thank you very much. With a $10 super chat, please no messages that involve spamming pages, names, all caps, or all emoticons, as they will be deleted. Please be civil and respect everyone, especially mods. Thank you. Let's chat. Okay, basically, Sam just put in the basically the rules of the chat there. which I'll go over again, maybe a couple minutes time when more people come in. But welcome everyone that's still coming in. Welcome. Sam once again with a $20. Sorry, I just woke up, so I've got a bit of a cough, if you want to call it. So sorry for if I clear my voice every now and then. Awesome Arrow news just came out that Colton Haynes was just announced to be a season regular for Arrow Season 7! ! What does it mean for Thea and Roy's relationship then? Also, Arrow's, my mouse is in the way, rating dipped under 1 million. Yikes, thoughts. I'll get into that in a sec. Because it's on the screen, I'll get into that. That'll be the first topic, Sam, once we, move ahead, if you want to call it. So I'll jump into that straight away, and before I go over everything else. So that'll be the first topic we'll talk about, and then we'll talk about, I guess, Legends, then Flash, maybe. And Flashpoint Earth 2 with the $1 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Flashpoint. Woof. Okay, so start off, basically like Sam said in his first super chat, just keep the chat nice and civil. No spamming of whether it be emojis or my name, because if you spam my name, I don't know if it appears on your chat like that, but if you spam my name, it comes up orange, so it's just annoying, if you know what I mean. So avoid spamming of that kind, if you want to call it that. That's basically about it. Be nice and civil to one another. Try not to be something in the chat. And also, if you want to do what like Sam and Baz and Flashpoint and stuff did, and you can super chat to get your question 100% answered or your comment 100% read out. You can super chat by clicking this little dollar emblem down here, and then you can just scroll up and choose whatever amount you want, and then just go we Mallus or the Flash ? It's a decisive one throughout DC TV this season. Are we Mallus or are we Flash? I prefer to be Mallus because he's got wings. Anyway. Let me get my OBS up so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, sweet. So yeah, that's basically about it. And if you can't, some countries can't super chat, so you can click the link at the top of the description, which does say streamlabs.com/Pagey, and you can donate through there and it'll appear on stream as well. And then also have my Patreon in the description down below if you want to go check that out. And I think that's about it in regards to stuff for the stream. Okay, Arn Hunt, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm hyped for Jax tonight. Yeah, I'm surprised they released that promo image, but I guess it wasn't secretive news that he was going to be in this episode. Anyway, so I'll get to Baz's question. Oh no, this is just a nice little comment from Baz. Hey Pagey, good to see you. I'm back. Greetings from the Netherlands. Thank you very much for that, Baz. Is it Bas or Baz? Because I think there's a soccer player that's called Bas Dost, and I think it's pronounced Bars, but is it Baz or Bas? Is it the first or the second option? Because I think it's the second option, but I might be wrong. Anyway, thank you very much for that. It's very much appreciated, Bas, I'm going to say. And then we'll get to Sam's question from before, which I'll read out again. Colton Haynes was just announced to Sebastian. Oh, okay, it's like Sebastian. Okay, sweet. Just making sure. Anyway, Sam wrote, Colton Haynes was just announced to be a season regular for Arrow Season 7. What does it mean for Thea and Roy's relationship then? Also, Arrow's ratings dipped under 1 million. Yikes, thoughts. About the ratings thing first, I think it was expected because I think there was a baseball game on and there was something else on. I don't know. I think it was a premiere of another show. I might be wrong. It was like something else was on TV. I know the baseball was the main reason that there was something fishy about ratings. Because fair enough if it was like just below 1 million, you go like, okay, maybe people aren't watching. But it was like 0.87, which is a big drop. So there was baseball on, and obviously the baseball season's just started roughly, I think, in America. And then there was something else on. I think the baseball, as I said, was the main reason, but there was something on as well on another channel which could have affected the ratings. I'm not too sure what it was though. In regards to Colton Haynes coming back, obviously they did like hint that Thea and Roy could come back at some point next season with the whole Lazarus Pit thing. So I think that might be how he's brought back in. I'm not too sure. I'm interested to see like if he appears maybe in the finale. The fact that they might have announced it now might be suggesting that Roy might appear in the finale for this season along with Sarah Lance. So we could get something like Arrow Season 2 stuff with all of them coming back. So that could be pretty cool. Obviously, we're going to have to watch that space and see what happens there, whether he's going to come back for the finale to set up him coming back next season, or if he's just going to show up next season at some point. But we'll have to wait and see. It could be similar to Constantine. We know Constantine is appearing in this episode of Legends today, and I think it's just going to be setting up him coming back next season. Because you could just argue, okay, maybe he's coming back to take on Mallus, but you think you want just the Legends that we have this season taking on Mallus and defeating him, rather than having Constantine come in and just deal with it all. I think Constantine's going to be more just set up for next season, so they might do the exact same thing with Roy for Arrow next season as well. But I have to wait and see once again, but I'm excited to see what they do. If I had to put a money on why he's coming back, I'm guessing that Lazarus Pit storyline, because that's what he left doing with Nyssa and Thea, so you think he would come back doing the exact same thing. But yeah, as I said, we'll have to wait and see. But thank you very much for that, Sam. I'm not too sure who donated the $1.99 or the $2 super chat, but your message got retracted. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head who it was, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But whoever it was, thank you very much. Doctor Who Theories with the £5 super chat. Thank you very much for that. How long do you think the Flash will stay on for? By the way, I love your channel. Thank you very much for that, Doctor Who Theories. I think whatever Arrow gets, Flash will get. I think, but it also matters. It also depends on like Grant Gustin and the cast's contracts. Like mainly, obviously Grant Gustin because he's the main dude. But then you could argue maybe Candice Patton and maybe like Carlos Valdez, because I don't like. You can understand maybe if Danielle Panabaker left the show, which it wouldn't surprise me because I think she's getting like really mistreated for the most part. I think she's getting not the best treatment from that show. They seem to be dodging, like being really slack with her character. So if she got a better opportunity, she would leave. But I think they'd find it hard to write Cisco out of the show unless it had something to do with Gypsy. But yeah, the main issue would be if Grant wanted to leave the show, then the show would die. It's just like if Stephen Amell wanted to leave Arrow, it would die. The only show really on the CW where if the main actor leaves and it doesn't really matter is Legends. Like obviously, if Katie Lotz left as Sarah, there'd be no Sarah, so you're sort of losing like a leadership role there. But she's not like the driving force for that show. It's the team. So they could just bring someone in and make a new team there. And that's how Legends could continue. So in that case, Legends could keep going for as long as it wanted, really, because it could just keep rotating the cast. But Flash really matters on Grant Gustin whether he wants to move into movies or he's fine doing TV. From reading it, I think he did an interview a couple of, maybe a season and a half ago, where he said he prefers TV. But I don't know. He could just be saying that because he's on a TV show at the moment. So it'd be weird if he said, I hate TV, but he's on a TV show. So, as I said, whatever Arrow gets, I think Flash will get. So if Arrow ends after season 7, Flash will at least get 7 seasons, I think. But yeah. Once again, if you weren't here before, sorry if I clear my throat. I've just got a bit of a sore throat. So sorry if I clear my throat every now and then. BTK Predator with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much for that, BTK. About to start the Flashpoint comic. Love them all so far. Legends finale tonight. Not happy it's ending. Flash is back and so happy about the Roy news. I'm hoping for a more comic book accurate Arsenal. Flashpoint is really good as well. Like I prefer the comic over the animated movie is really good, but the comic does things a bit different. And if you do have like all the tie-in things, obviously I'm guessing you don't have them all the tie-in comics as well. Mainly the Batman one. I think it's Night of Vengeance, I think it's called. The tie-in comic with Flashpoint and like the Thomas Wayne Batman is a really good storyline, and you get more fleshed out with that stuff. But the base Flashpoint comic is one of the best ones. Legends finale tonight. Not happy it's ending. Yeah, it's sort of like a bittersweet thing. Like you're excited to see what happens, but then you're like, damn, Legends is over. What am I going to do? Well, obviously I can watch the other shows, but you know, it's getting replaced by Supergirl. And well, I think we all know Legends is better than Supergirl. But anyway, Flash is back and so happy about the Roy news. Obviously, who wouldn't be? And in regards to the comic book accurate Arsenal, that's interesting because I think they might do something with his character next season. I think they might change it up, his suit wise and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what they do with Roy next season because it could almost be like it basically is a fresh start with the character if he's going to be a series regular. So I'm very excited to see what they do with him next season. But thank you very much for that, BTK. BTK might say Gate with the old double name there with the $2 super chat. Do you think Joker will be the Arrow season 7 villain? I think Arrow is going to stick away from like Batman villains, let alone the Joker obviously, but let alone just like Batman villains. I think they're just going to stick away from Batman villains for now. I think the negative response to them using Ra's al Ghul, not actually like Ra's al Ghul being on the show, but just them using Ra's al Ghul, might have like pushed them away from it. Even though I'm like, I don't think Ra's al Ghul, like obviously if you think Ra's al Ghul and you think villain, you go Batman, but Ra's al Ghul is like a global threat, so I don't think it really matters if he takes on other people, or if other people see him as a threat, especially in this Earth 1 that we're on, where Batman might not be a thing. Obviously, we have Bruce Wayne, we've had that confirmed, but doesn't mean that there's a Batman, you know what I mean? So I think when Arrow used Ra's al Ghul, it was okay because, you know, he's a global threat in my opinion. But I think Arrow itself will stick away from Batman villains. But even though next season they're probably going to involve the League of Assassins, I think that's what the storyline's going to be next season than the villain. And it wouldn't surprise me if there is like Malcolm Merlyn revived, Tommy Merlyn revived, or something like that, and they're the villains. Or Tommy Merlyn is revived and he's the villain. If that's the last season for Arrow, I think if you put it like, you lay out the seasons, lay out what everything happened, I think it's a perfect ending for Arrow. Personally, I think it's a perfect ending. Tommy Merlyn being revived by one of those Lazarus pits, being completely messed up because he's been dead for like 5 or 6 years. And it would have taken him so long to be fully healed from the Lazarus pit. He would have been in there for ages. He would be completely messed up. No matter what they tried to do with him, he'd be completely messed up mentally. And he'd be probably the hardest villain all of us had to take on. He'd be like 20 times more insane than Prometheus was. So I really want to see that, I think. What about Prometheus being revived? Maybe they could do that. Honestly, next season they could just make it that every villain is revived by the Lazarus pit. They could honestly do that if they wanted to. You could maybe argue it's overkill, but it'd be pleasurable overkill to watch because you're just going to see all these good villains come back on the show and just cause mayhem. My main issue, I think, with Roy coming back is more like, what are they going to do with New Team Harriet? Because I think they confirmed that Juliana Hakabi, who plays Dinah, and Rick Gonzalez, who plays Renee or Wild Dog, they're back next season. I'm like, no, you get them off this season. Like, that's what you do. You get them off next season. Maybe keep Curtis, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So unless Diggle maybe dies at the end of this season, they're maybe hinting at that Diggle might die, and that is maybe why Roy comes back in. I don't know. I have to wait and see. I just can't see them killing Diggle off, to be completely honest. Just after all the different things that happened, he could have died like multiple times in the past, and they never did it. So we'll have to wait and see. Baz Lammers, once again, do you think Mallus will kill Damien Dark? I think he will. I thought he was going to kill him last episode. So I think he will do it this episode, and he's going to be like, I'm interested to see whether like Damien is like full on join the Legends, or if it's more of like a personal thing for Damien. He's just trying to bring back his daughter, and Mallus just goes, well, you're dead. Which I think is what's going to happen. I'm interested to see like how far into the episode it happens, though, whether it happens like straight away, like right at the beginning of the episode, or they leave it to like maybe the back half where they kill Damien. We'll have to wait and see. Now, it wouldn't surprise me, like if you're a betting person, I'd put money on like Sarah being like trying to save Damien's life. I bet you that's what happens. But yeah, I can see Mallus killing Damien Dark for sure, and I think that's what's going to happen. Doctor Who Theories, once again, with a $2 super chat. £2 super chat, might I say. Thank you very much. Are you looking forward to Supergirl coming back? Sort of. I've always had an issue, like, I always have an issue with Supergirl's writing. Like, I think one of the things that helps Supergirl is its cast, but its writing is like really bad. So, and yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Just to see where it goes off. There's things that I know that are coming, which I'm like, not the biggest fan of. I think they should have, with the World Killers thing with Rain, if you're watching Supergirl, they should have just kept it Rain. Like, does anyone want the other? I really could not care at all about these other World Killers. I just want Rain. I really don't care about Pestilence and Purity and all that crap. Just give me Rain. That's what it should have been. The fact that they brought in this other stuff is so uninteresting, or not interesting, might I say, that, yeah, you're just like, oh, well, can these people just die and just get Rain back in the spotlight? So that's what I want. I want Rain in the spotlight. They're doing weird stuff with Lena. I think Supergirl is a show which should be like the 18 episodes, like the Legends. A lot of people saying like, oh, cut down Arrow, cut down Flash and stuff. But I think if any of the shows need to be cut down, it's probably Supergirl. Just because the villains that they use, even though Rain is good, she's not like that. They've introduced her fairly early, so it's not like they can stretch it out for that long. And they're you can sort of tell they're sort of struggling with the fact that they have to bring in all these other World Killers. So I don't know. Hopefully they do a decent job, because I think Supergirl 1 was a massive fail. Supergirl Season 2 improved, but in the back half, once again, the villain let it down. But they have a good villain on their hands. Or at least Rain is a good villain. So hopefully they do something decent with it. Vignesh, hopefully I pronounced that right. How many members and who should be in Team Arrow in Season 7? Any thoughts on making it the best Arrowverse show? As I said, I think Renee and Dinah should probably go, to be completely honest. I just don't see the purpose that they serve. They should probably both go. Curtis can stay because he's got that storyline with Felicity going on. So yeah, what it should be like on Team Arrow, it should be like, what, Roy, Oliver, I guess Diggle if he's alive, then Felicity as the computer person. And Curtis wouldn't be well, yeah, I guess he could, but I think he sucks as a vigilante, to be completely honest. So it'd be better maybe if he was just there for the Felicity storyline with that thing, if they wanted to continue that going on. But yeah, keep it to like 3 or 4 people. That's about it. Like there's too many people going on there at the moment, so maybe cut it down. Making it the best Arrowverse show, maybe. It just matters the storyline. Like, I don't know, if they go with that Lazarus Pit thing would be pretty cool, but it has to be done fairly well. You know what I mean? It can't be like overkill. They have to like make sure it makes sense in regards to like the sanity of the people, because we've seen examples of Thea and Sarah both in the Lazarus Pit and what it does to them. Like, Thea was dead for like hardly any amount of time, and she still like was a bit, you know, out there and a bit psycho. So they have to be careful with that. Blitzless, yeah, Blitzless 778 with the $2 super chat. That's basically it. Thank you very much for that, Blitzless. MK19:20 with 100 Norwegian krone. I think Sarah will take over as Black Canary in Season 7, because I do not think Dinah Drake is strong enough. What do you think? By the way, Grant Gustin makes movies when he does not film The Flash. Yeah, I know, but I know he makes movies, but he doesn't like, he can't shop himself around for movies all the time, because he can only take specific roles. So he's in a new movie called Crystal, who has, I can't remember, Nick Robinson, I think he's from Love, Simon. So he's like he's like one of the main actors in that movie, and it's probably going to be a movie that gets some sort of hype around it. But that was a movie that was filmed in the off season, and he would have filmed a lot of it there. And he did say in an interview that he was like really, what's the word, like just exhausted, I guess it was, leading into this season of The Flash, because he'd done that movie in the off season, and they only get a couple of weeks break before they go and do what do you call it? Go back to like prepping for the next season. So that's the issue with him doing movies. He has to sort of like time it. And it's the same with like Stephen Amell. Like, he took the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles role, but he had to like do it in the off season. Like, they had to like only take roles that are filming at a very convenient time for them. But in regards to Sarah taking over as Black Canary in Season 7, I can't see that happening. I think she'll stay on Legends, to be completely honest. I can't really see her leaving Legends to go back to Arrow to fulfill that role. The thing is that she could be appearing in the finale to do something with Black Siren that maybe pushes her into becoming the new Canary. But once again, we'll have to wait and see. It's sort of hard to tell, because we don't really know what's going on with Black Siren. Like, one one episode looks like she's good, one episode looks like she's completely on the side of Dragon. So hopefully it balances and we get like a decent reading on what side she's going to go to come the end of the season, but they might want to leave it as a surprise up until the end. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Flashpoint, Flashpoint Wolf, might I say, with the $2 super chat, Devote Redemption, I want him to die a good man. Maybe it matters if they can do something with his brain to sort of like separate it, if that makes sense. If they can do something with like it's like a reverse cerebral inhibitor, so it can like separate them, then I guess it could work. So there was something like red flashing up on my I don't know if it was happening on my stream as well. Anyway, like a reverse cerebral inhibitor, if that can happen, that can sort of separate everything that's gone in his mind. He can go back to how he was. Then that might happen, and he might just slowly die of that deterioration. That could happen, or maybe he just like the Flash might be able to save his life and give him something that maybe stops it, and he just goes to Iron Heights with all this like stuff in him, that all this technology or something that might keep him alive, but he doesn't have those powers. So that might be something that they do there. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't necessarily know if Devoe will be redeemed. He just might realize that he made a mistake, and it wasn't the right way to go about it. So he might get an apology, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. But I don't think he'll die a good man. I think he'll just die knowing they did some stuff wrong. Monquar Edwards with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Monquar. Where is Star City's money? I don't know. Like Dragon or Black Siren had it, didn't she? Or something like that. And Dragon wasn't very happy. Yeah, I think a lot of that's going to come to a head this episode, or at least the next episode, maybe after this one, with the whole impeachment thing. Like, they'll bring up the money as well. So I think a lot of that will happen this week or next week's episode of Arrow, might I say. So, yeah, that's probably the best place to look for that sort of storyline to come back up. Robert Hearn with a £5 super chat. How about Tom Welling being Superman in another Earth? That would be cool. Yeah, I guess it would be. I guess it could be repetitive, if you want to call it. One thing I would love to do, because they did say that like they might appear on like Flash or something, or Arrow or something like that. What I would love to do is you'd get Tom Welling, who played Clark Kent or Superman in Smallville, and you get Michael Rosenbaum. I think I mentioned this in my last stream. I think I might have, but you get them and Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor, to do the whole like sort of what's the thing called? Crime Syndicate. So you basically have Tom Welling not playing like an evil version of Superman, but you have him playing like Owlman, if you want to call it, or like something like that. So it's like, it's almost like the Batman of that universe, if you want to call it. So it's a bit different. And then you have Michael Rosenbaum playing like the evil speedster, because if you didn't know, Michael Rosenbaum actually voiced Wally West on the Justice League TV show. So it'd be like throwbacks to that. And then you could have some other characters from the past, or like currently that past guest stars on the show playing evil versions of certain superheroes on that Earth, and like they take each other on the next crossover. I think that would be pretty cool. And like the goal could be like they're trying to destroy every Earth or something, make their Earth the only Earth or something in the multiverse, something like that. That would be pretty cool, and a way to have some like special guest stars that aren't like doppelgangers of characters that we already have. But yeah, that's what I would do at least. And I think it'd be a really cool way to bring Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum into the Arrowverse. Joshua King with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Flash should kill Defoe. If the Flash was going to kill anyone, I think Defoe would be the worst one, because I don't think, like, if anything, I think he would have killed Zoom or like Savitar or like even Reverse Flash. It seems really weird that he would kill Defoe, who seems like, you know, really physically the weakest of them all. He can be seen as one of the most dangerous, but in regards to like physicality, he's definitely the weakest. I don't know. I don't really want to see Barry kill, but they might do it. I personally wouldn't want to see it, but they could do it if they wanted to. What happened to my computer then? It just like freaked out. Okay, it doesn't matter. Josh King once again. Will we see Vigilante I almost said Fizzlesy or something. Felicity again? No, because that was just like that Legends episode. So I think that was just like that, you know, Doom World sort of like weird sort of thing. And I think she was only a vigilante because the other people have been killed. Was that it? I can't remember what the storyline was in that Legends episode, why she was a vigilante. I think it's because the other people had like died, so she like took it on because there was less vigilantes. But yeah, we won't see that again. That was just like a little, I guess, fan service to people that wanted to see Felicity be a vigilante, and she sort of got her neck snapped. So I don't know. I don't think we'll be seeing that again. Nathan Mahoney with a £2 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Nathan. When do you think Impulse will appear on The Flash? Hopefully sooner rather than later, but at an appropriate time, bring him in. You know, you don't want to bring him in and like just force it in. You want to bring it in at an appropriate time. Next season could be appropriate, but it depends on what they're doing. I think a good time to bring in Impulse would be when there's a villain that's from the future that like he knows about, and he could come back to Barry to warn him about him. I think that'd be a good way to bring in what do you call him? Impulse. I think that'd be a pretty good way. Because I think if you brought him in any other way, it might feel a bit forced. Like, why is he coming back to this time period and interacting with his, grandparents? Like, why is he doing that? So they might want to avoid that. But yeah, that's how I bring him in. Just like he comes to like warn everyone about a villain from the future. That'd be a pretty cool way to do it. Doctor Who Theories, the £5 super chat. Here we go. £5 super chat. I ship Rain and Alex, and the World Killers are pretty much. Is that meant to be useless? My friend said that Arrow pissed him off last week, but haven't watched it. Should I? The acting in Arrow last week was pretty good. It was just more like everything felt a bit forced, like making stuff happen for the sake of happening it, to making it happen, might I say. Which on Arrow it can be really obvious when they're trying to do that. On a show like Flash and Legends, you can give it a pass because they're more like, superpowered stuff. But with Arrow, when certain things are happening on the show, it just feels really forced when they're trying to center it down and like sort of lead everything down this road to lead to one moment happening. And it just seemed a bit too obvious last week with Arrow. But when it led up to that point, the actual moment, it was actually decent, I guess, because the acting was really good from both Stephen Amell and David Ramsey. As I said, the World Killers are pretty much useless. I just really want Rain. I don't really care about Pestilence and Purity. Like, I don't think anyone does. I think it's just sort of like to stretch everything out so they can focus an episode on each of them. And there's 2 episodes cancelled. But yeah, I really couldn't care for them, to be completely honest. I don't know what's flashing up on my screen over there. Like, I'm having a look and there's nothing flashing up. I don't know if it might be OBS freaking out. I think that's what it is, to be completely honest. I think it's OBS freaking out. Anyway, whatever. It just did it again. I'm not too sure what the hell's going on. Maybe if I do that and it might fix itself. Just give it a bit of a refresh. I have no idea. Anyway, ignore that. Who cares? Tyler Scully with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Tyler. We are Pagey. Also, with Roy being confirmed for Season 7, almost confirming the setup for the different Lazarus pits. That's what it seems to me. I think like bringing Roy back almost says like, okay, well, they might not be the main focus. I think they will be. But they're going to come back in some way. Like, why would Roy be coming back and being a series regular? It's happening again. I have no idea. It's the first time this has ever done that. I think it's just OBS. Maybe it's just stuffing up a bit because it's not happening on the actual screen over there. So I think it's OBS sort of just glitching out, but I'd have to like stop it, the stream, and refresh and stuff. So we'll just leave it on. It's not too much of a distraction, I guess. But yeah, with Roy coming back, you would have to think those Lazarus pits come back in some way, shape or form, whether it be the main focus, which I think it will be, or just some sort of stories to set up next season. But I'm excited to see what happens then, whether Nyssa comes back, and like Thea might come back for 1 or 2 episodes, but she's not going to come back as a regular like Roy was. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Tyler. Let me scroll down here. Vignesh once again. How is Smallville and Arrow on next year crossover? I don't think that's going to happen. Smallville's basically like, this isn't an insult because I love Smallville, but it's dead. Like, they're not going to bring back Smallville at all. They're not going to bring back those characters, like, because that was like ages ago. That was like almost 10 years ago, or 8 years ago, I guess, when it wrapped up. But it's it's leading up to that decade of it almost being over. So a lot of those actors, that were on there, they're much older, and I think it'd be weird if they reprised their characters in that form. So I wouldn't be doing a small Arrow crossover. As I said, I think the best way to bring in those actors would be to bring them in a crossover and have them play different characters. So those actors like Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum, stuff like that, they come back and play different characters in a crossover. I think that's the best way to do like a Smallville Arrow crossover, if I want to call it. But I'd like to see it still, like that, those actors come back. Carter Clausen, that's actually a really cool name, with a $2 super chat. Do you think Ragman will return in season 7? Maybe. They said it was meant to be returning at the end of season 5. Never happened. They never said anything about him coming back this season. It was like a misprint or like a typo from earlier this season, which led people thinking that he was coming back this season, but they're talking about someone else. Maybe. They'd have to work it in. I'm sort of annoyed they never did the Haven Rock episode, which was what he was meant to come back for at the end of season 5. There was meant to be an episode dedicated to Haven Rock, but we never got that. So I was sort of disappointed about that. But yeah, we might see him come back, but I wouldn't put any money on it. I'll be like hoping for it to happen, or counting on it to happen, might I say. Get Good Entertainment with a £2 super chat. Gotham is better than CWDC shows this season. I don't know. I think Legends. Gotham's really good, but there's still things about Gotham that annoy me. Like I could not care less about the Barbara Gordon storyline, under the Barbara Keane storyline, whatever her name is. Could not care about her any less than I do at the moment. That the Bruce storyline is just meh a lot of the time, but everything else is good. Everything else is good. Like the stuff with the Riddler, the stuff with the Penguin, stuff with Jerome at the moment. It's brilliant. But there is stuff that weighs that show down. Where you just like certain things will come up and like, oh, well, I'm not going to care about this show for about the next 5 minutes while this scene's on. And that's the Barbara Keane stuff. Bruce Wayne about half the time, I'd say. Bruce Wayne about half the time is just like not interesting at all. I think it's the actor, to be completely honest. I don't think the actor's that intriguing for the role. You're not drawn to the character because of the actor. And it's something against him because he was cast when he was like 13, 12 years old to play a young Bruce Wayne. And now he's put into a position where he's playing like a proto-Batman, like, you know, leading into that Batman sort of thing. And he just doesn't fit the role. Like, let's be honest, he just doesn't fit the role. But everything else with Gotham is awesome. Like the Riddler, as I said, Jerome, all that other stuff. But there is some of those other things which aren't that great, which sort of does affect Gotham's quality to me. Doctor Who Theories with the £2 super chat. What do you think about the Krypton TV show? It's okay. Like, it's like, if you're enjoying it, that's awesome. Like, obviously, the show was made for you. I think it's made for a certain group of people, but that's the issue. So it's going to be cancelled. Like, when you start to like segregate people almost and like just focus in like one little group about people who actually give a crap about Krypton before it exploded, which personally I'm like, well, it's going to explode, so I don't really care about these people, to be completely honest. You're putting yourself in a dangerous situation where you're inevitably going to get cancelled, because no matter what, people are slowly going to drop off the show as the show gets longer. So yeah, it was always inevitably going to get cancelled, and I think it will get cancelled after season 1. I can't see it getting a season 2. It looks good. It's a very pretty show to look at, but yeah, it's very bland. Just like a lot of the acting's bland. I don't know why everyone's British. You know, mix it up. I think they made it in England, I guess, but why is everyone British? It just seems a bit weird. Anyway, I'll just get to this. We had a what do you call it? A Streamlabs donation from Dr. Cringe. He goes, first of all, Pagey's house is bitchin'. Second of all, why did people trash Justice League? I liked it. I liked Justice League, but I know there was issues. But I got what I wanted going into Justice League. I wanted to see the Justice League, and that's what I got. I knew Steppenwolf wasn't going to be that great of a villain. I knew there was going to be some other issues. So I went into the movie expecting those, and I saw them. I was like, well, I knew that was coming, so it didn't really bother me as much. But I still enjoyed the movie. I bought it on Blu-ray. I watched it again, like, last week sometime. So I still think it's an enjoyable movie to watch. It's not a bad movie. It's just, I think it was a disappointing movie. I think it's the best way to put it. If you could meet either Arrow, Supergirl, or The Flash, who would it be? Like, in real life? Probably Supergirl or The Flash, because I think Oliver as the Arrow would be a bit imposing. So probably Supergirl or The Flash, to be completely honest. Finally, can I have your dog, please? I'll trade you mine. No, my dog is off limits. My dog's downstairs, though. He's probably finished eating breakfast, but yeah, he was downstairs. That's it. Thank you, Dr. Cringe, for that. Very much appreciated. And then Nathan Mahoney with the £2 super chat. Do you like the Shazam movie suit? From what I've seen, it's good, but you can't tell. And like, set photos are the worst things to look at. Like, I can't tell until there's actual trailer and stuff like that, because that's going to be the finished movie. That's the finished product we're going to see when it's in the actual movie. And that's where we can fully judge it. Like, I didn't like the Captain Marvel suit, but I understand it's set photos. So wait till it's actually in the movie. I don't think it's gonna. I think the color schemes are more things annoying me. It looks really yuck. But the Shazam movie suit looks weird. It does look weird, but I still think it looks cool at the same time. Anyway, I'll jump into some comments from the stream chat. That is really annoying me because it's doing it like 20 times more than it was. I have no idea why it's doing it either. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Anyway, hopefully next stream it's not doing that. How was The Quiet Place? It was A Quiet Place, Sam. It was not The Quiet Place. It was A Quiet Place. It's good. If you haven't seen A Quiet Place, go watch it. Don't get it like spoiled for you. Like actually go into it with like little to no knowledge of what's going to happen. Because there's a lot of surprises. I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending, just because I didn't think it had to happen. But that's without spoiling anything. I thought the ending was a bit average, to say but the rest of the movie is good. But it's not like it's like action packed from the beginning, like everything's happening. Like there's a build up, but that's the thing. The build up is what makes the movie good. It's like really well executed, in the fact that like certain things are set up throughout the movie that lead to certain things later in the movie. Like, I think this is a, what do you call it? Like, what's the domino effect? I think the domino effect is the best way to describe this movie. And I love it when movies do that. There's a domino effect. So you'll see a domino being lined up at the beginning of the movie, and then eventually at some point in the movie, the dominoes just start falling. I love it when movies do that, and A Quiet Place does that really, really well. So go watch it if you haven't. It's not scary. It's just sort of unsettling. That's the movie. Don't go if you don't like horror movies and stuff. I don't think you're gonna be that scared. I didn't find it scary. It was really unsettling. So if you want to go watch it, definitely go watch it. Otherwise, when people start talking about it, you won't. And this is a movie that people are going to talk about as well. You'll be like out of the loop, and you're like, "What are people talking about?" It's like, "Oh, they're talking about this movie I never saw." Go watch it in the cinema, because you're not going to have the same experience with watching it on like TV or something. You need it in the cinema where it's actually quiet, and stuff like that. I thought I'll probably go see it again, but the first showing is like, because you don't know what's going to happen. I might go see it again. I probably will go see it again. Sorry, this weekend. Where has an Amaya rumor come from? The Amaya rumor is that she could be leaving, but Maisie Richardson Sellers, who plays her, could be staying on. I've posted a. If you go to my Twitter, it's one of my what do you call it? Most recent tweets. It's like a video from Klexicon, I think it's called. And Katie goes, "Your new character," or something to Amaya, and Amaya like, not Amaya, to Maisie. What is happening? What the hell was that noise? Oh, don't worry. I had like a little alert pop up. What do you call it? Maisie Richardson Sellers like taps Katie Lodge and says like, "Oh, be quiet, be quiet." Yeah, sorry about that beeping. Sorry. Whoop. Water just went flying everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, that was the rumor about. So at the end of this episode of the Legends in the finale, I think Amaya's leaving, which I was predicting because I just couldn't see her staying longer, just due to the whole totem thing. But it looks like another version of Amaya will be coming into the show. So maybe I'm hoping it's multiverse. I'm hoping it is multiverse. That's what I just don't know how she could be on the show again if it isn't multiverse. But anyway, D Stingley with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that, D Stingley. Digger was so annoying, crying about that damn hood. Yeah, it was sort of annoying. It was you can understand why, but it was just like, was it? I think it was more like it being all forced. I think that was the main issue for me. But I didn't find it too annoying. I can understand why people found it annoying though. Austin Kaufman with the $2 super chat. How awkward is it to watch Supergirl again? So it's gonna be weird because it hasn't been on for so long. It's gonna be random as hell. Honestly, I can't remember what happened last episode. I honestly cannot remember what happened last episode. So I don't really want to rewatch the last episode, but I have to look up what happened because I can't remember it all. Yeah, it's gonna be weird watching it next week, and yeah, I don't know. John Cena joined the Flash. Is he going to be invisible? Is that a dead meme? Anyway. Did you find out about Roy being a season regular for Arrow season 7? Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Who was that? Regan? We talked about that earlier. Oh, was it Legendary Legend said that? Well, yeah, Legendary Legend said that. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Monqua Edwards, do you know Champ Chong, an Australian gaming YouTuber? Yeah, he's basically a meme that now just does Fortnite videos to get views. So, like, he has, like, I think he has, like, 900,000 subscribers, and he was getting, like, 6,000 views a video or something, which is really weird. But now he does the Fortnite videos and just cashes in on those. So, yeah. I don't like him. I just don't like him. Oh, my foot is super itchy. Oh, sorry about this. This is weird. I know what I mean. It's just, I don't know what happened. Gotham time jump 5 years replaced. That's what I think Gotham should have done. Every season there was like a year time jump, or like a decent time jump, because really Gotham season, was it season 3, like began right at the end of season 2, wasn't it? And I don't even know if season 4 began right at the end of season 3. Like, they all start fairly close to each other, if not right after each other. So there should be time gaps, and I think it would help the show a bit. But yeah, obviously that's not what happened, but it might have helped the show if they just did time jumps, might I say, between every single season, and it might allow the Batman thing to sort of progress a bit more better, and they could recast if they wanted to. Is Arrow running out of ideas? Not really, because I think this season's decent with Ricardo Diaz, and I think next season's different. Like, I think if they do like the Lazarus Pit thing, I think that's a bit different. You could argue all Lazarus Pit was in season 3 and 4, but they never used it in that way, you know. So I think it could be a bit different. Have I seen Jurassic Park? Of course, I've seen Jurassic Park. I don't even know how many times. What do you think about the new Suicide Squad Hell to Pay? I haven't watched it yet because it's only on iTunes. I'm not buying it on iTunes. I'll probably buy it on Blu-ray, and watch it here. So I don't really, yeah. So I think it comes out. Is it next week or something on Blu-ray? I think it's. Is it next week? Is it next week or the week after? I think it's either next week or the week after. So I'll buy it then. Avengers Infinity War, hyped or not? Of course I'm hyped. I can't wait for it. It comes out early in Australia, so get ready for me to spoil everyone on Twitter, on streams. You're all dead. that was a bit violent. You're all screwed. That's the best way to put it. I'll spoil it for you because it comes out early. If anyone else is in Australia or New Zealand, you're probably going to be able to watch it earlier. But yeah, I'm excited for it. How much longer will I stream? Like 10-15 minutes, give or take a couple of minutes. Yeah, give or take a couple of minutes. Blu-ray collection video at some point. Please stop avoiding these comments. Yeah, probably not this weekend. Yeah, probably not this weekend, but next weekend I'll probably do a full. A lot of people wanted to see my Funko Pops again. Actually, I'll show you one quickly that I got because I was really hesitant about getting him, but he was on sale. So I thought, you know what, I'll get him and have a look. And I think he looks much cooler in real life. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, so the one I got, and I was really hesitant about getting him because I didn't think he looked that good in the picture, but now that I've got him, I think he actually looks really sick. I'm actually sort of happy I got him because I got him for like half price, and the box is in like excellent condition. And that is the Doomsday. It's like the massive one. Look, it's like the size of my head. The massive one from Batman v Superman. I'll take them out of the box. I don't usually take these big ones out of the box because I think they're a bit annoying. Well, now it's annoying. I can't get them out of the box. Oh, here we go. This is probably noisy. Okay. So I don't know. I think he looks sick. I think he looks much better in real life than he did in the picture. So that's one of them. I always wanted to get him, but it was always like these ones. I just feel like they're a bit too expensive. Like they're always like $40 or something. I'm like, they should be like 30. But yeah, I got him. So He was on sale, so I thought I may as well get him. Can't reach the box. But yeah, next week I'll probably do a Pop Funko because a lot of people wanted to have a look at it. And also because like Legends isn't on and stuff like that. I may as well do it, I guess, for a bonus video if you want to call it. This is going to be really noisy. I'm actually going to mute myself for 2 seconds because it's going to be really noisy me closing this box up. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. You must trust me. I had to mute then. That was the loudest squeak I've ever heard. I chucked it over there for now. That was really loud. Yeah, anyway, I'll do it, I guess, next weekend or something if people want to look at it. And then I'll go through my Blu-rays if people want to really... And I'll go through... I'll just go over all that crap over there if people want to have a look at it. Anyway, Austin with the $2 super chat. Your ideal way for Black Lightning to enter the Arrowverse? Well, the easy one would be Supergirl's on his Earth. He's on the same Earth as Supergirl. However, if they do the Legends idea where my next door neighbor just like dropped a pan or something, or I don't know if anyone heard that. That was very loud. Anyway, my idea would be if Legends can travel the multiverse, then maybe the Legends run into Black Lightning, and there's an episode where the Legends interact with Black Lightning, and that could be a way to introduce him into the multiverse later on, into the Arrowverse crossovers and stuff later on. I think that'd be a pretty good way to do it. Have I seen the Crystal movie with Grant Gustin? It's not out yet, isn't it? Isn't it like the trailer came out? I don't think the actual movie's out. Anyway, please confirm. Please confirm the episode 22 video was a prank. Yeah, that was a prank. That was April Fool's. I can't believe that has like gathered up a lot of steam. There's a lot of people doing videos on it. I got linked some Instagram posts where people are taking it as like factual information. I still like doing it. I think it was a good April Fool's thing. But yeah, it's gaining a lot of steam. There's a lot of different people doing videos on it and Instagram posts and Twitter and stuff like that. So yeah, no regrets, no regrets. You know what I mean? I'm Meeks. You suck. Just stop living. I'm fine. I'm Meeks. I think you might be the one that's a bit unhappy with yourself. Anyway, see why I asked for Lady Shiva video. People see it. Yeah, true. That's true. Yeah, the screen's flashing again. I can't do anything about it. I really have no idea what's going on. I think it's something to do with not Streamlabs, or what do you call it? OBS, because it's not happening on the actual screen. There's nothing flashing up there. It's just on what do you call it? OBS. So it's okay. We're in the stream in like 7 minutes, like 5 to 7 minutes. So it's all good. Don't have to deal with it for too long. Oh, I can't. Okay, here we go. Will I do a Legends season review? If I do the like the what do you call it? The like the episodes weekly, then I won't do a season review like its own video. I might wrap up at the end of the season what I thought of the complete season. So in today's Legends review, I'll probably give an overall view of the season, like a 1 to 1.5 minute like overall review of the season, quick one. The only one I'm probably going to do a full season review on is Black Lightning, because I stopped doing weekly reviews for it. So I'll do a Black Lightning season review when it ends in what, like 3 weeks. Sorry for yawning. Ruhan, go back to revising. Oh, sorry, I'm missing. Naruto 0076 with the $2 super chat. What did you think of the video I sent you? Was that the one on the episode 22 one? I think I tweeted that one out again, like by myself. I think I went like, oh, this dude made a thing. I think I just told people like to not go and hate on him. I told him actually like go give the kid a like and a subscribe, because I thought he actually did a decent video. It was just based on some like false information, obviously from me. But yeah, I did see that one. Pretty funny. D Stingley with the $5 super chat. If you sorry, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living? This is my full-time job, the YouTube thing, and it's basic. It mainly comes down to where I live. Like in Australia, it comes down to time zones. If I lived in America, I could easily do something else, you know, and I'd have enough time to do the YouTube stuff. But with how the DC shows come out, how everything's scheduled and stuff like that, I basically have to do this full time, and I'm lucky that I am in a position where I am able to do it full time. I think that's the reason I'm able to, well, succeed in it, if that makes sense. I think, because really in this platform, you sort of have to get stuff out borderline as soon as possible. Like, not like rush it out and get it out, like trailer breakdown straight away, but you have to get it out relatively quick, and on time. And I think if I did something else, well, 100% if I did something else, it wouldn't be out on time. So yeah, I do this for a living, and I'm very grateful for it. And it's awesome that people support me. Ryan with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Ryan. Where am I? The screen flashing is Barry trying to subscribe. That's true. It is a flash little thing popping up, so maybe it's the flash popping in and out. It's actually a good thought, Ryan. I never thought of that. D Stingley with $2 super chat. That's dope. Yeah, it's once again very grateful for it, and it's awesome that I'm able to do it. And that people support me. That's the best way to put it, I guess. Will we see Abracadabra on the Flash again? Maybe he is in the future. He could just pop in and out, but yeah, I wouldn't be counting on it, but he could come back if they wanted to. It might be hard to get the actor. He's going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp, because he was in the first Ant-Man. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out in like a couple of months as well. We have Avengers Infinity War in like, what, under 3 weeks. And then almost 2 weeks for me. I think it's like 2 weeks and 1 day. 2 weeks and 2 days it comes out in Australia. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out like middle of July or something. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through some of these, some of the stream chat, might I say. Who do you think is the best actor out of Grant Gustin, Stephen Amell, and Melissa Benoist? Probably Grant Gustin. Yeah. If I had to pick one of them. What are the odds that you're reading this? Pretty low, I'd have to say, Nano. Pretty low. Do you think that Captain America or Iron Man will die? You know what? It'd be pretty ballsy. I think one of them will die at least, but I think it'd be pretty ballsy if both of them died. I think it'd be ballsy as hell if they would have killed both of them off at the same time. Because, personally, I didn't think about this going into it, but as soon as that last trailer came out, like the one where has like Gamora speaking at the beginning of it, when she goes like, with a snap of his fingers he can do stuff to the universe, I reckon that's what he's going to do at the end of this movie. I reckon that's what he's going to do at the end of Avengers Infinity War. He's going to snap his fingers, and I reckon he's going to kill heaps of people. I reckon he's going to kill like half the Avengers, half the people on that, or at least a decent amount of the people that are on in this movie. So I think it could be Iron Man and Captain America, but I think it will be at least one of them will die. If I had to pick out of those two, probably Iron Man. Cal, be quiet. It'd have to be Iron Man, I think. Iron Man and Captain America both died in the comic book. Captain America actually died by backhand, but in my opinion, they should make him the last man standing, much like the comics always did. Yeah, they could do that, but I think he I think he will just snap his fingers and he'll just kill heaps of people. Whether it be, I don't know what they're going to do. And then we know in Avengers 4 that they're going to time travel, because we know that we're going back to like the Battle of New York and Ant-Man's there. So we don't know if they change history to make it that Ant-Man would be there, or Ant-Man just comes in the whole time travel thing. I'm excited to see what happens though, because I hope there's no more TV spots, because I think I didn't see a lot of it, but I saw people posting screenshots on Twitter of the most recent TV spot from like a couple of days ago, and I was like, stop releasing TV spots, please. Like, this is a movie where you don't need TV spots. People are going to go see this movie. You don't need to hype this movie up. This movie is going to make over $2 billion. You don't need to put all these TV spots out there to get more advertising. People are going to go watch this movie. I mean, if Black Panther made over $1 billion, this movie will make $2 billion. Like, that's just the state of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're just going to keep building and building. So they don't need to advertise this movie anymore. So hopefully there is no more TV spots which allow people to post screenshots on Twitter and spoil the movie, or spoil certain parts of the movie. So hopefully they just calm down and maybe just focus on like I don't know, just do interviews and stuff. I don't know, just we don't need to see all that crap anymore. All those TV spots, it's just spoiling too much. Who was your favorite Marvel superhero? Probably Spider-Man. I do like Thor though. I actually like. Oh, it doesn't matter. Don't worry, it's not here. It's downstairs. Don't worry. And I can't be bothered going downstairs to get it. Iron Man will die because Robert Downey Jr. costs more. Well, I guess so. Solo a Star Wars story though? You mean let's just go watch Lando Calrissian when he's younger, the movie? That's basically what Solo a Star Wars story is for me. I really couldn't care about the movie. I just want to see Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. That's about it. And that's the only reason I think I'm going to go see that movie. Is because of Donald Glover. Sorry, I've missed some. Joshua King with a $2 super chat. What is DeVoe's enlightenment plan? Well, it's basically just to enlighten people, I guess, and broaden their minds. And I think he's definitely gone off that, unless that's like he's building up to that again. But it seemed like he's gone off it for now. But if they're going to introduce that and bring that back into it, they're going to have to do that pretty damn soon, because they sort of went off that, to be completely honest. Naruto0076 with a $2 super chat. It's been a decade in the making. Well, obviously, yeah, it has. So hopefully, I think it will live up to the hype, obviously. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for it. And then Pujan Sharma, hopefully I pronounced that right, with a $1 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Why don't I review Marvel? Where did it go? Is it down here? Did I miss it? Why don't you review, I guess, Marvel movies and shows? I might review Infinity War if I see it early and stuff like that, and if I really want to do it. I'll wait and see. Because the thing is, I want to respect people by not spoiling it. And I think if I do a review, I could say something which someone might take as a spoiler. But I'll wait and see. I'll play it by ear, to be completely honest. But yeah, I'll have to wait and see. Please help me out here. I'm trying to make a living. Disney paying me for this. Yeah. I don't know. Just for me personally, I don't really care too much about that solo Star Wars movie. I just want to see, apart from the Lando Calrissian thing, I think that's a big selling point for that movie, and that's probably why they got Donald Glover for the role. Edward Solace with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Edward. Hey, Pagey, do you think the Death Totem actually has the ability to resurrect someone? Also, what would you bet Sarah's role will be in Arrow's finale? Maybe the Death Totem is used on Damien Dark to bring him back to life or something. Or maybe someone does die in the Legends finale and the Death Totem is used to bring them back to life. It's sort of hard to tell what it does, because I haven't gone too in depth with its abilities. Really, they haven't really gone too in depth with any of the Totem's abilities, apart from the ones that are really basic. But maybe we could see that in finale. The finale is on like 2 hours from now. So we'll end the stream in like a couple of minutes, guys. But the finale is only like 2 hours away. And also, what do you bet Sarah's role will be in Arrow's finale? If I had to put money on it, probably Black Siren related. But she could be there to help Oliver. And maybe something to do with Quentin as well. But if I had to put money on it, Black Siren stuff. Dr. Cringe with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Dr. Cringe. What superpower would you like to have if you could? Flying would be pretty. I think flying. I guess super speed would be pretty cool, but I would like to fly. Yeah. Yeah. Between super speed and flying, but I think flying would just get it. Flashpoint Wolf with the $2 super chat. If you review it, obviously saying Avengers Infinity War, please do not spoil it in the title. Well, if I reviewed it, it'd literally be called Avengers Infinity War Review. That's basically what the title would be, I guess. Maybe no spoilers in the title. I don't know. Something like that. Oh, that's basically what it would be. Flying, really, there are planes. But then you also have to pay for the plane. So, unless you're a millionaire, then I guess you want super speed. But if you're not, then I guess being able to fly on your own accord would be pretty cool. Let me just scroll down here. Max Fasilish, hopefully I pronounced that right. I'm not too sure if I have. Sorry if I haven't, mate. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. with a $2 super chat. Roy is a series regular on Arrow season 7. Yeah, Max, we actually went over that earlier. It's actually really cool. I'm interested as hell to see how he's brought back in and why he's brought back in. Obviously, I know he was in a couple of episodes ago of Arrow, but like, how is he brought back in this time, and why is he back, and why is he back as a series regular role? I'm really intrigued to find that out. Hopefully it's the Lazarus Pit stuff, but they could do something else if they wanted to. And then Pujan, once again, with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Pujan. Where are you from? I'm from Australia. I'm from Queensland. So, I've actually, I don't know where my whiteboard's gone. I think it's downstairs. I think I used it when I was in the kitchen. I was cooking something. I think I used it to write stuff down on. Anyway, so I'll draw a quick map of Australia. This is not a good map of Australia, but this is like a rough drawing. So that's like my rough drawing of Australia there. Okay. And I live, like, I'll just draw the states. I live like there. So Sydney's there. Okay. So I was born there, which is Sydney, and I live currently here, which is Brisbane in Queensland. So that's Queensland, this state here. That's New South Wales right there. So there's my little, yeah, definitely do not give up my day job as an artist, I know. That looks terrible. So I'm going to go cry in the toilet just because of that drawing, but I think that might be the time. I'll answer Naruto, I'll read out Naruto's last super chat, and then I think I'm going to like, just like ball out all my emotions in the bathroom because of that terrible drawing. Naruto 0076 with the $2 super chat. Theo will at least show up in the series finale. Yeah, you'd have to think so. I think at least in the last couple of episodes of the series, they probably have a big reunion of like everything going on. Oh, actually, we'll go to Streamlabs because our good old mate Murky, is that a reference to HOTS, like Heroes of the Storm? Anyway, just let me open up, what do you call it? Streamlabs. It's not loading for some reason. Murky with the $2.60 donation through Streamlabs. Does it annoy you that Iris keeps bailing the Flash out and she basically has the answer to everything? Like, yeah, I think everyone knows that's a bit of an issue this season with Iris. But hopefully they go with a step in the right direction as we come back this season and they just move it along in a nice way. Like, yeah, like Iris can't be Google. Like, really have to... Hopefully they figured it out. That just seems a bit weird that Iris comes up with a solution for everything. Like, fair enough if it's every now and then. I really wouldn't care if that was the case. Even though it would seem a bit maybe unbelievable, it really wouldn't bother me too much. But every single time, it's a bit concerning that that's the case when you have all these smart people there and she's coming up with it every single time. Sam with the $2 super chat. So is that why you don't do your own fan art? Yes. Basically, I may as well keep that there for future reference that everyone ever asks. Pagey, where's the fan art? Or where's your custom merch? That's why. Because that's my picture of Australia. And that's terrible. It's actually accurate, but it's terrible at the same time. Like, if I showed that to someone, they'd be like, okay, that's Australia. But it's, yeah, I wouldn't be going and... like, what do you call it? Flaunting it, if that makes sense. Yeah, Van Gogh. Van Pag. Just get that in there. Pajan with the $5 super chat. Barry will change timeline because of DeVoe. Maybe. I'm interested to see what the cliffhanger for the Flash is this season, because I think it could be a pretty interesting one. If they're going to do something. Like, I do find it interesting. A lot of you might know this already. They have... The Arrow finale is the week before the Flash finale. So, like, the week of the Arrow finale, Arrow will have its second last episode. So, the Flash finale is on its own in that week, apart from Supergirl, obviously, but that's because they're 20 years behind. So, they're still on catch-up. But I find it interesting that the Flash is a week after the Arrow finale. So, I wonder if the Flash is going to be doing something that affects Earth 1's timeline. Keep that in your minds as we move forward. But I'm going to end the stream here, guys. We actually went about 5 minutes over time, which I don't really mind. I just thought I'd chuck that in there for reference, I guess. But thanks to everyone that came in, joined the stream, had a chat. It was awesome. Thank you everyone that super chatted and supported the channel and asked some interesting questions that gave us something to talk about, if that makes sense. Hopefully everyone here is going to be watching the Legends finale in around just under 2 hours now, so get hyped for that. I can't wait for it. I'm very excited, and be sure to stick around later today for my review on the finale and a bit of a recap on the whole season. Very much looking forward to it and seeing how this season ends. So yeah, I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks for everyone that tuned in, and yeah, goodbye.